Good morning, beautiful beings. I'm so delighted to see you all this morning. Welcome to First Unitarian Church of Orlando. I'm Melissa Baker, serving on our worship team here at 1U. With me in today's service are our worship leader, Linnea Nelson, our official artist in residence, Lisza Matyas, accompanist, Brittany Alsay, vocalist Wesley Boyce, with drummer Jacob Hike, board member Ted Nelson, and chalice lighter Josette. Our minister, Reverend Margalie Belizaire, will return to the pulpit on August 23rd, and music director Aubrey Connelly-Candelario will be back next week. And let's not forget our teams of wonderful people in the background working diligently to ensure that we come together this morning. Thank you all. Let there be light. We greet you this morning, old friends and new, as we explore our Unitarian Universalist faith, which draws us into a community of justice seekers with a commitment to lifelong spiritual growth and compassionate service to the community. Whether today is your first or your 1000th Sunday in our midst, you are welcome here. Whoever you are, whoever you love, you are welcome. In this community, your whole self is welcome. We welcome your race, national origin, immigration status, gender identity, sexual orientation, age, physical or mental abilities, economic status, or religious background. We welcome you. We have a few special announcements for you today. From Religious Enrichment, please be aware that August 9th will be the annual blessing of the backpacks. Children and adults starting new ventures are invited and welcome to join this special ritual. Join us next Sunday when the Reverend Dr. Laura McGuire helps us to embrace the gift of grief. Now, Linnea has an announcement to share.
So the members of the Committee on Shared Ministry were identified by our name tags, and they currently include Ellen, Drew, Catherine, and myself, and we invite you to ask us questions, and we will help connect you to the person or group that might be able to answer it. Questions might be simple, like how do I sign up for an event, or it could be something deeper, like who do I talk to if I need emotional or spiritual support. Could be a question for our upcoming question box service too. You can put that there. So there's 3 ways to ask. You can directly ask one of us. There's also a question box out on the table in the lobby that says, ask your questions here, or you can use an online form, which is going to be linked to this week's newsletter, and it will be on the website soon. So I hope if you have questions, you come to one of us and ask. We'll try to help you.
Thank you, Linnea. On August 5th, Triple U is hosting an evening to support unhoused awareness, starting with a free production of Activist Theater's Unhoused, followed by a discussion about the challenges faced by that community. Please RSVP with the QR code on the screen. For more information about our congregation and announcements, go to orlandouu.org or email info@orlandouu.org. All other announcements are posted on slides before and after the service and can be found with links in the weekly update or on our website. If you'd like to follow along with today's service, please use the QR code shown on the monitor to view the order of service. Thanks again for being here in person and online today. Now, welcome our chalice lighter, Josette, who is 7 years old and loves swimming. And please listen as I share today's special chalice lighting words by Irene Glass as Josette sets us alight. We kindle light and with it possibility, that we are more than the sum of our parts, that the world is more than a problem to solve, that illumination is more than simple flame. We light the chalice and open to possibility. Good job, Josette. Please rise, embody your spirit, and join us in singing our opening hymn, number 1059, May Your Life Be as a Song.
Well, our life is like a song, and today, as we gather at 1U in person or online, we are exploring the harmonies we make together to bless this world. David Brooks, who's an author and writer for decades, has said that he revisits his own life purpose every 5 years. Now think about that. 5 years ago, we were in the midst of a pandemic. 5 years before that, Ted and I were still living in Northern Virginia, and we had no idea we would be moving to Orlando, and we didn't know what a blessing all of you would be to us. Now, not all 5-year increments will have such significant changes to life circumstances, but there are changes, sometimes primarily within ourselves, sometimes determined by world, community, or family events. And today, I'm asking us to take a deep dive into our own purpose in life and to contemplate how our 1U community supports our endeavors. Now, if you're joining us online for the first time, please say so in the comments. But if you're joining us for the first time or even the third time in worship today, please stand as you're willing in a moment so we may offer a warm welcome. Okay, if you're new or visiting for one of the first times, welcome, welcome. Yay. And before we turn to greet one another, breathe in the spirit of this sacred place and feel the energy that every single person brought with them today. Now let's greet one another with curiosity and welcome. Okay, thank you, everyone. Let's please return to our seats. And there we go. And I know everyone's going to want to come up front because of our new bean bags, but we are inviting all of the children and young at heart to come up and try out these new bean bags. Come on up. We're going to have a story today about finding your purpose, and maybe even two of you will fit on them. Yeah, if you kind of, oh, yeah, they're not jumping bags, they're just sitting bags. So first, including all of you, would you just shout out your name? Awesome. Now shout out the first thing that comes to mind when I ask, what is a problem in this world? And now shout out the answer to this question. If there was one little thing you could do to make this problem better, what would it be? You got it. Thank you all. So today I'm going to read a story to you that was written by Amanda Gorman, one of my favorite poets, who talks about big problems and how our own life's purpose might be called upon to help solve them. It's called Something Somewhere by Amanda Gorman. You are told this is not a problem. You are told this cannot be fixed, but you know that you can help. You are told that this is too big for you, but you've seen the tiniest things make a huge difference. You're told that this won't work, but how will you know if you never try? You are told to sit and wait, but you know people have already waited too long. You're told that what is going on is very, very sad, but you're not just sad. You're scared and confused and you're angry, and maybe just a little bit hopeful. You're told not to hope, but you keep hoping anyway. Sometimes you feel like you are all alone, but someday, somewhere, you find a friend, someone who will hope with you, who believes in your dream, who will fight with you. You make a promise to each other. There is a problem, but is our problem together so we can fix it together. This problem is big, but together we are bigger. You make another friend, and you tell them it's okay to be sad. And they tell you, well, sometimes we'll lose. But that's all right, we'll try again. And so you do together, working together, beginning over and over and over and over until you're no longer beginning. You are winning. Suddenly, there's something you're sure is right, something you know you helped fix, something small that changed, something big, something that worked, something that makes you feel hopeful. Hopeful, happy, and loved. Something that is not a dream, but the day you live in. Something that makes you smile as you tell everyone else. Now, Amanda Gorman is telling us that no matter what our age is, we can help one another make the world a better place. So thank you all. Let's sing our young people out to their activities through a loving arch as we sing This Little Light of Mine.
Good morning. I'm Ted Nelson, a member of the Board of Trustees. As we invite you into generosity, we are affirming this time in our service is not simply an invitation for you to practice giving. It is a reminder that your giving is also necessary for you to exist and to thrive, and to continue to engage the good news of Unitarian Universalism. It affords us to be the change we wish to see in our world as we take action, rather than waiting for others to do so. In the words of Reverend Marta Valentin, every one of us brings a unique gift to this space, a unique piece of the divine puzzle. To live our purpose is to offer that gift fully to the world. Today, as we pass the baskets and share our collective wealth, we're answering the call to be partners in liberation and healing. May our giving be a reflection of our deepest intentions, helping this community thrive so that we may all become who we were truly born to be. Today's full collection will go to the ministries of this congregation. Note that you can also give online or use your phone to scan the QR code found on the back pocket pew to donate through Zephy. Please note that you can change the service fee at checkout down to $0. Our Share the Plate recipient for the months of July and August is the New Image Youth Center. Should you choose to make a direct donation to our partner, please let us know for recording purposes. The offering will now be collected. Thank you, Wesley. Let us joyfully receive what is offered here today in the spirit of gratitude and fellowship.
This is the time we set aside for deep sharing of our hearts and for prayer and meditation. You are invited to contribute to our collective sharing of joys and sorrows read during Sunday worship by sending an email to joysandsorrows@orlandouu.org during the week. Fill out a card at the welcome table and hand it to an usher before the start of service. Bring your joys and sorrows as we come together. Come as you are. Your whole self is welcome in this sacred space we are creating together. The flowers this morning are a beautiful arrangement offered by Cindy Schleier to honor her mother-in-law, Allegra Lilly, who turned 103 on Saturday. She's doing good. Kudos and deep gratitude to the team of 21 weekend warriors that came out yesterday to help with the campus clutter clearing project. Visit the giveaway tables along the wall of windows in Gore Hall after service to see if anything needs to go home with you. We have a joy this morning, a gratitude to Rhonda Rodriguez, who is 1U's new steward for the Little Free Library. Thanks to Myra Richards, our most recent steward. Another joy, Joey Gonzalez Daines has accepted a job offer after searching for 2 years. Woo, Joey. Vanessa and Trey Stone are grieving the consequences of infertility as they pray for the opportunity to welcome children into their life as a family through adoption. Vanessa and Trey, we are holding you both in the light of love. A serious concern from Carla Kizort, who is facing the diagnosis of early-stage Alzheimer's disease. She welcomes our support, good wishes, prayers, and all touch-base contacts people are willing to direct her way over time. I know Carla is here. Carla, you have our love and our support, and you will not walk alone. We hold our communities and our country with care and the world with our compassion by acting for justice in all of the small and large ways that will move us forward on the long arc of the universe toward justice. And for all the joys and sorrows of this community shared today, and for those held close to our hearts, let's pray, let's celebrate, and send each other healing energy. Before our candle lighting ritual, our official artist in residence offers our moment of mindfulness. Lisza.
Thank you so much for having me. We've already heard so much great poetry from Amanda Gorman, and I hope there's room for more favorite poets, Linnea. The title of my poem is Unanswered. How many nights have I been deprived the right of sleep by existential questions which stir and creep and leach upon my mind, imbuing all of my bedtime with echoes of, am I living with enough purpose and meaning? Do I give enough healing? Or is it too late to start anything great when I feel time whittling away new wrinkles in my bones every day? Am I doing enough? Do I make a difference? Does my very life have significance? These echoes soak my pillows like an oil spill of endless regrets, leaving their unanswered prayers adorning my head. Unanswered, but still heard by the stars, who know not hope they cling of many children's wishes, nor the life they bring illuming the world's oceans. Unanswered by the cells of my skin, entirely unaware they're serving a whole human being. By the bee who's so confident he is here to make honey, lacking the language to understand his own doing upholds an entire ecosystem. Unanswered by the wildfire, who sees only violence and destruction, not the majesty of the 3,000-year-old sequoia tree who depends on him. Unanswered by the author who marks her life in failure, unheard and unpublished, not knowing the day her work is discovered, sparks the liberation she always dreamed of. Unanswered by the glacier, who sees only the oppression of ice and gravity, but never the labyrinth of life it carves in the canyons and the seas. Unanswered by the exhausted father, who worries, works, and cleans, so sure raising kids is his only meaning, carelessly donating an outgrown sweater, not knowing he kept someone alive in the brutal winter weather. Unanswered by the dying galaxy, whose vastness left only carbon ashes, one day to live on in my lungs. Unanswered by the unknown, unanswered but not unknown, by the vast, unfinished cosmic symphony, which composed, knows, and needs me, which architects my being and all of its meaning, far beyond anything my mortal mind is even capable of conceiving. This I trust. So today I pray to open up. May every movement of my tongue be stitched by the rhythms of your eternal love. Today I pray for this poem. Let it come through me, unflowing, unburdened from knowing which hearts shall drink deeply, cherishing and needing the words I birthed by simply listening to my breathing and being.
Thank you so much. It was beautiful. So please join me today in our 3-candle lighting ceremony as we light 3 flames to hold all that we bring into this circle of care. The first candle is for all the joys in our hearts, for the beauty and wonder of this world that holds us. Please join me. We give thanks for the joys that brighten our lives. This second candle is for the sad and difficult happenings in our lives, for grief over the losses we have borne. Let this flame remind us that we need not carry them alone. We hold one another in compassion and care. And the third candle is for all that remains unknown, a flame of mystery and possibility. We open our hearts to mystery and to hope. Together, these 3 flames of joy, sorrow, and mystery burn as one. Let them remind us that whatever we bring into this circle of care, we are held in a greater light, and we do not journey alone. May it be so. Please join us in singing Woyaya. You may stand or as you're able. Number 1020. We will get there. So recently, my spiritual director asked me a question that broke my heart open. What is the spiritual significance of your birth? She asked me. I had no answer. It was a very big question, even for a spiritual direction session. But it did prompt me to take the spiritual significance of my birth into my heart and spend some time wondering how the activities, the jobs, the relationships, my way of being in the world were supporting or detracting from my spiritual purpose in life. And as I contemplated this big question, I began to substitute my spiritual significance with my life purpose, which seemed a little bit easier to get my head and my heart around. And I think when we're lucky, or perhaps when we're intentional, our life purpose can be carried out in our jobs, as well as in our roles in our families and our communities. Yet our jobs change, our families grow, and our communities face new challenges. And sometimes these challenges can seem to knock us away from our soul's purpose. Yes, another substitute set of words for life purpose. Or perhaps time and circumstances have changed slightly, and we feel the need to revisit our spiritual paths and life journey. I try to find my authentic self through the words that I use to live out my spiritual significance, because, quite frankly, like the author David Brooks tells us in a reel somewhere out there, I revisit my life purpose every few years to see if my words and actions are being authentic to my life purpose, and to see if new skills or interests might add to it. Just checking, has anyone here not had their life change at all in the last 5 years? Okay, so we're in the right place. We can benefit, I think, from a bit of focus on who we are and how we are living our lives in a way that is true to our authentic selves. I'd like to invite you into the process I use. Our service is titled Questions of Purpose, so I will be posing questions to you, but we're not going to start with the big, what is the spiritual significance of your birth? We'll work up to that. I'd like to take you on a journey, though, to explore some possible answers to purpose questions. And one of the ways that I revisit my purpose is by regularly reviewing the TED Talk by Adam Leipzig. I've found his process instrumental in helping me revisit and shape my own spiritual path. Leipzig shares 5 questions that he says were inspired by his 25th college reunion of Yale graduates. Excuse me. At his reunion, he recognized that everyone in this group had privilege and education. He also realized they all had big hopes and dreams as undergraduates. But as he surveyed these grads, he found out that 80% of them were unsatisfied with how they were living their lives. They felt they were too busy, they were too career-oriented, and in today's world, the survey might have added they were too social media focused or too isolated. In college, these Yale graduates had been inspired to be their best and to change the world. So Leipzig studied the 20% or so that were satisfied, and he found out that by asking just a few questions, the happiest people had found deep purpose in their lives. So he asked them who they were, what they did, who they did it for, what they wanted or needed, and what changed as a result. Well, their answer inspired him to formalize his questions, which are the ones I revisit, and I'm going to share with you, every few years to help me live into my soul's purpose, or life purpose, or maybe even the significance of my birth. I want to share Adam's questions with you since they've been so helpful to me, and I hope you will play along by shouting out the very first answer that comes to mind when I ask this question. Now, you had a little practice during the Time for All Ages. You did very well, so I hope that you won't be shy and you will continue Sharing out loud. If you don't feel comfortable shouting, see if you can whisper it out loud. The first answer you will give is what we did earlier, so it's going to be easy. You're just going to give your name. Who are you? 3, 2, 1.
Melissa.
Well done. Next, I'm going to ask you what you love to do. Do you love to sing, write, teach? Maybe you love to crunch numbers, work for justice, organize. In fact, think of something you are such an expert in or you enjoy so much that you would like to share it with someone else. Might be teaching about it, might be just sharing it or inviting someone to do it with you. I'm going to count down from 5 after I ask the question, and then you're going to shout out the answer. What do you love to do? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sounds fun. Okay. It gets easier. Think about who do you do it for? And you're going to shout it out again after the countdown. Who do you do it for? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, you've got it. What do they want or need? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gets a little harder. Now, the last one I'm going to give you from 6 down. How do they change or transform as a result of what you share with them? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. By the way, this process is exactly the way that Adam Liebzig does it on his TED Talk video. So I'll put the link in this week's newsletter in case you want to try it on your own. So I'd like you now to think about your answers that you've had to these questions, and just in your mind, just kind of string it together as a thought. Who you are, what you love, what you're doing, and who you're doing it for, and how they're changing. Just kind of put that in your mind. And let's take that into our hearts, not just have it up here, but in our hearts. So let's breathe in to allow the Spirit of life to fill you. And breathe out to let go of the things you worry will never be fixed. Breathe in to open your heart. Breathe out to let go of disappointments. Breathe in to feel purpose. And breathe out to feel the pulse of this community. And now my final question, which is not on Adam's YouTube. How does being in this Unitarian Universalist community support your purpose? I'm going to say it again. We're not going to shout it out. We're just going to take it into our hearts. How does being in this Unitarian Universalist community support your purpose? I find that each time I return to my soul's purpose, I get closer to answering that big question of what is the spiritual significance of my birth. And I know I can't live into my life's purpose, my soul's purpose, without the support of you, of one you supporting me as I seek to live an authentic life. And may we all do that together. So I invite you to please rise, embody your spirit, and join in singing our closing hymn, When the Spirit Says Do. Thank you all for giving it a good try. Together, we can encourage each other to listen for our own and our collective life purpose, the spiritual significance of being born. Let's inspire each other to travel together on this spiritual journey as we all strive to live into our collective purpose of bringing more love into the world. Beloveds, worship has ended. Now go out and live your life's purpose.
Today's chalice extinguishing words are from Irene Glass. So I'm going to read these first, and then we're going to do our traditional extinguishing words. As we extinguish our chalice, may we remember the flame of life in all things, the bright center of our planet, the star that lights our world, and the way those points of brightness connect within us and within all things. May we carry the light. May we share it freely. May we find it everywhere. Please join me in saying our words. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry into the world until we are together again. Take it away, Brittany. Oh, we have music in the background. Sorry, we have recorded music coming.